Good morning, good evening, good day. Welcome to H Capture Live. This is your host, Harold Bridgeforth, and I'm with a very special guest, good friend, Paul Mauriello, actor extraordinaire. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. So to break down the show, typically we're going to talk about Paul's life in terms of acting, his career, pick his brain a little bit. We're going to go through a series of questions, and then we're also going to talk about some sports stuff, and then we're going to do a breakdown of what's called the rapid fire questions, just to kind of this or that type of thing. And you're going to be able to, respond either like if you like cheeseburgers or hot dogs, stuff like that. All right. Then we'll
Hey,
get to closing.
ponies. Ponies named Fred.
Yeah. So we're gonna get right into it. Paul, I know I followed your career for a short period of time now. We talk here and there on social media and everything like that. But just to give fans, audience, a little breakdown, how did you get into acting?
I met a girl. Doesn't all the good stories start off that way?
That's how it starts.
I met this girl. She came to New Haven in 2003 because her father lived up this way. And, I met her with my friends and she says, come see my movie in the Lower East Side. It's premiering at the Sunshine Theater. The movie was Raising Victor Vargas.
Okay.
And I met the cast. I met Judy Marte, who's the girl, Melanie Diaz, Victor Rasuk, and Silvestri Rasuk. And I just I was blown away by their performances in that independent film because it showed you a view of the inner city without any stereotypical violence or gang violence or anything that you'd see like Boys in the Hood, New Jack City stuff. It's like a normal day in the city, and here is this innocent romance between Victor and Judy. And that was the first time it kind of like crystallized. Here I was because the TV world always seemed so far away. That was the first time it kind of came together to me.
Okay.
Like, wow, I think I might want to do this. But I didn't know how to go about doing it because I had like 4 small kids at the time. And I was raising them by myself, and I didn't know to go to New York at that time. It wasn't feasible. But there was acting school in Hamden that I joined. I went for 2 years, the Actors Gym, and I was there for 2 years. And as the kids got older, I began pivoting to more projects in New York, and I got my rep. And then I just went to more classes in New York. Heidi Marshall, Victor Cruz, Ulysses Torrero, Chris Chalk, the L-Talk classes, and workshops, and I kept going.
Do you recommend that for actors to take classes? You know how like some people are like they're method actors, some people are theatrics. So they built their craft over a couple of years and decades of different types of cast and different types of classes in general. Do you recommend that?
I think everything begins with education. Education is always the first step. A strong underlying education.
Okay, awesome. So going into the next question. What is, because most people that know you know that you're a pretty fit guy. You train all the time, year round, at least from what I see. And how do you cater that to acting? Like, do you do that in just because it's you're conscious of your health, or do you focus on that with acting, or is it a combination between two or both of them?
Well, I started working out and hitting the gym before acting, maybe a decade before. I started working out at Bally's in '97. But I didn't go to I went there at first just because that's the thing my friends were doing at the time. I would just go not knowing what I was doing, and I would hit all the machines in a row just because we all hang out after. I didn't realize I was growing.
Okay.
I just went there because we were just hanging out, and that was the thing to do at the time.
Yeah. People are like, oh, Paul, you're getting your shoulders again.
Yeah, but when you see yourself every day, you don't notice changing.
That's how it is.
And it wasn't until that summer that I took my shirt off. Everyone was like, damn. Wow. Paul, you look like you did a bid. What? and then they had to take a picture of me standing next to my other friend to see how I didn't realize, like, wow, this,
Mm.
I've been growing. I didn't realize it.
Yeah. And then after that, it was just kind of like a consistent thing.
Yeah, it became as consistent as like brushing your teeth in the morning. I just had to go,
Okay.
and it feels good, and then you look good, and you know it helps your overall health.
Yeah, when you look good, you feel good, and like you said, it kind of projects itself into other pieces of your life, right? And
Mhm.
then in terms of acting, particular roles, do you get like typecast as like the big guy, or do you get typecast for like
Yes. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
bodyguard?
But I was lucky because the that played into my type as an actor.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always best to show casting directors how to cast you,
Yeah.
because they're like, well, they have to cast project, especially now.
Yep.
They go through so many projects and they have to cast them by such and such a date,
Mhm.
and it's like a day, and then they have to like callbacks and everything. So everything moves really quickly, especially now that everything's like remote and Zoom, so they can cast quicker.
Yeah.
And so then, and then everything kind of moves, and then they're like, okay, who am I gonna? I need a big guy. I need a bad guy. I need this guy. I need a. I need someone who looks like they I don't know, like who could rob banks, or someone who can ride a horse. I need a thug. I need an assistant thug. I need a biker dude. And they just and they plug and connect, and they that's how they cast. So I think to succeed in acting, you lead in with a type. You
Yeah.
lead in with an entry point. Then once you get your foot in the door, then you expand to other things.
Hmm.
But they first notice you based on what they need, and
Yeah.
that's really whatever they see you as a type.
Yeah. I noticed with a lot of my earlier stuff was always like soldiers, cops, stuff like that. And it was like something that like I was like at first I'm like, I don't know if I always want to do that, but then I started realizing like, you got to go where you're getting paid first, and then also like you said, you get your foot in the door, and then you kind of like branch out and like test certain different things. And
Yes.
then after that point, it's like, okay, well, now it's like the dad. Oh, I can play dad now. I can
Yeah.
play this person. I can play, the bad guy now. So it's like, you kind of, branch out and expand your portfolio. So it's always good, like you said, a good foundation to start what you know and then kind of branch out. So that's cool. And do you remember like when you had to like send your pictures out and like I used to send mine like an envelope. I had like my my actress card with like my height, weight, and all that other stuff.
Yeah. Size card. Physical media is dead. Save so many trees now. Just like
Yeah. You can just look at the thing and be like, yeah, all right, goodbye.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, sometimes for like theater they'll ask for that, but mostly everything's like digital now, and it's so much better.
yeah, I honestly think that it's at one point people were like, oh, it's so fast, everything's moving so quick. But like to me, it's actually easier. Like even the auditions now, you can just audition from your home and then
Yeah.
send or whatever, and you're good. So
Yeah, I know there's stuff like some purists who say, "Oh, but I want to be in the room. They need to feel my energy." But it's you know what? Maybe that's like, but it's just so easy now.
yeah.
You save so much gas now, especially with the gas prices.
Yeah, back then, right? You're going to New York, you travel. Like for me, it was like an hour away. You're pretty much the same.
Yeah.
And then when you get there, auditions like 15 minutes and you leave.
Yeah.
All that gas, tolls, and then you're hoping to get a call back to pay for the money you spent to get there.
Yeah.
So it's like, nah,
And to get back,
I'll pass.
I had an audition buddy
Mm.
in Silvestri. I'd pick up Silvestri. I'd drive to the audition. He'd wait in the car and guard my car, so I don't have to deal with parking.
Yeah.
Then I'd go up, do my audition. And he'd like coach me, like we would read the lines, and I'd go do my audition, come down, then we get sushi.
Yeah, that was the trip. Yeah. You can't waste that trip to New York. You got to spend it on something. You got to do something good.
Yes.
So going into like the like acting in general, who's your favorite actor and how did they inspire you to be an actor?
That would be Judy,
Okay.
because meeting her like set everything off, and
Okay.
that's how I went to the trajectory of being an actor. And and she still blows me away every time I see her in a project.
That's what's up. That's cool. what are your current projects you're working on for anything that you want to showcase the past stuff? I've seen you on TV in a different rounds, but just for the audience, like what are the projects that you worked on in the past, I don't know, 6 months, and then what are the current ones you're working on now, if you want to give us any insight?
We're currently working on a film called Traffic Lane with director Jimmy Smith.
Awesome.
And that's currently shooting now. I'm waiting for my last shoot dates to finish that. I shot a role, I have a small role in possibly it says recurring, so but it doesn't count until they call you back to actually recur. But I have a small role in the Apple TV series that'll premiere next year called The Crowded Room.
Okay.
I think it's about it's about Tom Holland and he has multiple personalities.
Okay.
So I'm in that, and then I just booked FBI, and I shoot that next week.
Let's go.
And just been auditioning, and one day the casting directors realize my greatness.
Yeah. They have to realize it, right?
Yeah.
As I said, the more stuff you're out there, the more they'll realize, like, this guy's actually doing this stuff too. And he's all over here, and that's all it takes. You gotta try, right?
Yeah.
Can't sit around and expect it to come to you. So
I know.
Awesome. I love it. And what would be your dream role if you could, and who would be the director?
Oh, it's such a hard question, but there's there has to be more than one answer to that. Because I would love to be like a superhero in like in Marvel.
Okay.
Or if I couldn't get Marvel, then DC. And but I would also love to be
Marvel.
I also love to be like Staber's long lost brother on like Law and Order too.
Okay. Yeah. You can play that. Yeah. I can see it.
Yeah. Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. Those are my
directed. Who would direct it?
Doink, doink.
Who is it?
Doink Doink. Law and Order Doink Doink. That's how you know you're a New York actor. You get doink doinked.
Doink. Okay, awesome, man. Awesome. I appreciate it. So we're gonna go into the sports question. I know you like the Raiders. What do you feel right now with the season being where it is? What do you think the Raiders need to be successful? Like either for the end of this season and then next season. What do they need? Like this, I have other friends. One of my closest friends is a Raiders fan, and for years they out of all the fans that I know, they're the most like charismatic, and they have a lot of like groups where they're like people all together, and they're like, this is that chapter, and that chapter's over here and stuff like that. So it's it's kind of cool when I saw his. I'm like, you got like a gang? It's like, yeah. Chapter in this area, and they're the only team that does it. So what do you think?
I want to wear face paint. In fact,
that's what it is.
Because the reason why when you asked me that question and I said Raiders is because back in the day I always used to like buy Raiders starter jackets. But I got my answer because I cheated. I got my answer from Al Thompson, who's like, if you ever saw his Instagram, he's like a Raiders fan. He put, and I asked him what would the Raiders really need? Better defense for sure. Then he asked me when I'm coming to a game. I said, "We'll save some face paint for me." And but if you see his Instagram, it's all this.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like that's all you see. Even my guys, they're all the same. Like all my friends that are Raiders fans, they got the colors. They go to the games, and it's like they go in a group. So that's unique that I see. Like you got fans when you get there, but like they have like chapters where they meet. They have parties when they watch the game, and it's a cool camaraderie type of thing. I like that that cohesiveness with the fans. That's the only group that I see that does that. So it's interesting.
Yeah, he travels. He comes to New York, gets a guest star, takes a break, and then travels and follows the Raiders around.
That's a pretty. I mean, it's tailgating and excited at the same time. So it's good.
Yeah. I want a skull on my face.
Yeah, man, and I think the skull in general and the color scheme, the silver and the black, that's like if you don't like, it's either them. Like obviously, I'm a Cowboys fan, so I'm gonna go with Cowboys first. But like Raiders, I would say, and then probably like the Steelers are another one. Like black and yellow. That's a good color combination. That's a good team too. So I'll rock with those. All right, so we're gonna go into the the rapid fire questions, and then we're gonna have like a little closing.
Like a car? Is there a car behind the curtain?
There's a reward at the end of it.
It's a new fridge.
Yeah, open the thing. Yeah. Somebody brings it out of the back.
Nice.
And then we'll have a we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna have any plugs, social media stuff, and then we're good to go. All right. So this segment is really, it's not about so like as fast. It's just like this or that. So just whatever you feel is your answer, just blurt it out. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you like something like I said, like hamburgers or hot dogs. You say hamburgers.
Sushi.
Sushi. On your roll. Ready?
Yep.
All right. Better franchise, Yankees or Red Sox?
Yankees.
Yankees. Best player, Kobe or LeBron?
Kobe.
Kobe. Okay. Best artist. This is like a musician artist. Michael Jackson or Prince?
Prince.
Prince?
Yeah.
Awesome. Now this is a little longer. If you had a fight and you get to pick one of these two people as your partner, okay? You got in a fight with somebody else. There's two people at the bar. You get to choose one of these two, and your opponent gets the other person, okay?
Okay.
Tyson or Holyfield?
Tyson. He's just crazy.
Tyson.
Now he's crazy.
Tyson. All right. I mean, you can't really lose either one. Holyfield beat him, but it's in a controlled environment. You know what I mean? So, and then the last one, I think you're probably going to answer this. Marvel or DC?
Marvel. I would love DC to get it together.
I mean, I'm a DC fan. You know, yeah. I like Marvel. I have a lot of friends that are. I have some people that. One of my guests is actually the cousin of Robert Downey Jr. So he was talking to me. We always used to talk about like Iron Man and things like that. And he's a musician too, and he's got a career. And you'll see his episode come out soon. But like with Marvel, I think the movies, they did well with the movies, but the characters in DC, they haven't really like touched on anyone. They've only got like the basics out of the way. You know what I mean?
Keep rebooting Batman and Superman. Just keep going. I mean, I love the fact that Aquaman finally got a movie, and Wonder Woman finally got a movie, and I'm waiting for them to do Green Lantern correctly. Yeah.
And you know what? You should I know that I'm trying to get on that too, because they have the show. I guess it's on Netflix. They're going to be on HBO Max, and it's got the Green Lantern show that's coming out. And I don't know if they're going to be casting that, but it's going to be like ongoing. So I'm going to try to get on that, at least to get on one. I'd rather try to get on something.
Where is that shooting? Is that shooting in LA? Green Lantern?
I don't know. I think it might be shooting in New York.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I checked.
I will look out for it.
Yeah. But like, I think the Marvel universe, they kind of like, they got their act together quick, and then DC, they're kind of like delayed. So I don't know, but we got to wait and see. So
I know.
All right. So
Batgirl. I want to see Batgirl.
Well, they
shelved Batgirl.
Yeah, they canceled that though. They said
Michael Keaton was in it and everything. They made the whole movie and they just shelved it.
Yeah, they were just like, okay, like I guess they said the budget was too low, and then the new regime, they were saying that they wanted to have it where a lot of the movies are like high budget. They're like, 200, I think between 100 and 200 million, something like that. And they want to do every movie like that. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Not smart, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
At some point, right?
We'll figure it out. You'll find Batgirl and save her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I thought it had a good. They said whatchamacallit did really good in it too. Not Michael Keaton. Guy that played Firefly. What's his name? The guy that's in The Mummy? What's his name?
Brendan Fraser?
No, Brendan Fraser. They said he did really good as Firefly, and then they got rid of all the footage and stuff. They just got rid of it, scrapped it. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll check it out. So where can people find you on social media? Any of your plugs for IMDb, anything that you want to showcase?
Well, my website is www.paulmaurielloactor.com.
Okay.
My Facebook is www.facebook.com/Paul Mauriello Actor.
Mhm.
My Twitter is Paul Mauriello because I got there first. And my Instagram is Paul Mauriello Actor.
Okay. Awesome.
Oh,
Well,
and I'm on TikTok too because I just got on TikTok and I have to do a TikTok.
yeah,
So,
I figured I was kind of like hesitant to get on TikTok, but I see like TikTok is the younger crowd, so they get a lot of like exposure that way. So I'm just gonna do like martial arts stuff and just post that stuff over there. So I
yeah,
get
all the kids are using TikTok, so I had to get on TikTok. So I'm also Paul Mauriello Actor on TikTok.
Okay, awesome. All right, Paul. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you being on my show.
Okay.
Like I said, if you need anything, let me know. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna think about you in terms of like when my products are coming out. I'm gonna reach out, see if you're interested in anything, and send you some scripts. See
Yeah.
all right.
And sushi. We
Sushi.
should get sushi.
Let's go. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
I'll see you soon.
See ya.
All right. Peace.